The call by the Cross River State government to private companies to join in improving education in the state is beginning to yield fruit. The governor, Lieli Moke, today took possession of some renovated schools rehabilitated on a zero account to the state government.
This represents a model for corporate social responsibility, which a lot of companies operating in Cross River State ought to adopt. In this particular instance, she chose the worst school that she could find, and she's turned it into one of the best schools or the best primary school you have in this place. There are a lot of corporate organizations that have been here for much longer than Northwest Petroleum.
Still on education, children in River State's public primary schools are being afforded a fair chance of receiving quality education. The state government has commenced distribution of free books, uniforms and bags to students and pupils in the model schools across the state. A team from UNESCO that witnessed the distribution in Port Harcourt commended the state government's compulsory free education project. Key stakeholders and industry players in the telecom sector gathered at the annual Nigeria Telecom Development Lecture in Lagos to brainstorm on the way forward for Nigeria. The initiative is geared towards creating a conducive atmosphere for business and politics. This year's event featured as guest speakers the likes of the Osun State Governor, Rauf Aregbesola, and Chief Executive Officer of Airtel Nigeria, Mr. Segun Ogunsanya.
The 8th edition of the Nigeria Telecom Development Lecture was held at the Muson Center, Lagos Island. In attendance were dignitaries, key players from Nigeria's telecommunication industry, stakeholders in the information communication technology sector, students and journalists. The convener explained the underlying objective of the lecture, which is to discuss the Nigerian operational environment for business and politics.
We must always have an articulate politician and a very successful businessman or executive to discuss, so that if we can play politics without bitterness or preach doing business without corruption, we will eventually have a fantastic environment. That is exactly the objective of this lecture.
Guest speaker Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola says ICT provides a veritable tool for developing all sectors as well as harnessing potentials.
The increasingly intense application of ICT to our existence today is just a first state of what to come. ICT is the inexorable future of our world. Hence, it is only sensible that we recognize this fact and begin to make the best use of the opportunities for development that ICT can afford us.
Chief Executive Officer of Airtel Nigeria, Segun Ogunsanya, is of the opinion that growth of an economy will be determined by access and content of information available to individuals.
Telecoms play a very big role in enabling development. When United Nations talk about indices for development, one of the key enablers is communications. When investors decide which countries to invest in, they look at a number of indices. They look at infrastructure, they look at the legal system, they look at governance, but they also look at the communication infrastructure. It's an essential ingredient for development in any economy.
He insists that Nigeria must not be left behind as the world witnesses a rapid growth in technology.
It's about technology, it's about ICT, it's about broadband. How do we use broadband to take Nigeria to the next level? That's what we're talking about.
Organizers are optimistic that this initiative will help usher in unprecedented growth for the Nigerian economy.
Time now for business news, and here's Adeshawa Josh.
Thank you. Well, now to our business stories. The Securities and Exchange Commission has opposed certain amendments to the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria Act. The Commission said this during a public hearing on the Act in the House of Representatives. The amendment, however, enjoyed popular support from most of those who attended the parliamentary session, as they say it will help restore confidence in the banking sector.
The hearing was attended by officials of several government agencies, heads of commercial banks, and other players in the banking sector. The chairman of the House Committee on Banking and Currency said the proposed amendments will help strengthen the asset management cooperation and enable it to perform its role efficiently.
The key component of the amendment bill relates to setting up a sinking fund or resolution cost fund. It basically obligates banks to contribute annually an amount equivalent to 50 basis points of institutional assets to the fund, and CBN to contribute 50 billion to the fund.
This is the right thing to do, and I think it will put Nigeria in the correct perspective of the rest of the world, especially institutional investors who are also have a stake in the society.
But the bill didn't enjoy a smooth sail through.
So what the AMCON is contemplating right now does not come within the provisions of Section 309. For you to operate or come under Section 309, you must first of all be within the regulatory purview of the SEC, and it must be with the consultation of the Commission.
I will just take SEC's comment as a suggestion to the Parliament that we do not treat AMCON like GMO. The submission of AMCON to the ISA seems to me to be a thinly veiled attempt to generate large fees from AMCON, and I think that in the interest of the public, the Parliament can make a decision whether we should be more like GMO or more like a bank.
The event almost took another turn when the chairman threw a question at the Exchange Commission.
There is no question I'll ask you here that you will not respond. It is a very simple question. Is it paid into the consolidated revenue fund?
I'm sorry, sir, I can't answer that question. I don't have that authority to do that here.
Which authority do you need to have to answer a question that has been put forward to you?
Sir, I was sent here to represent the Commission with respect to what is being heard today, which is the amendment of the AMCON bill.
The committee says it's hopeful that as AMCON tries to fulfill its mandate, it will also improve lending to the real sector and a reduction in bank interest rates in the country. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
For the first time in 3 months, the Naira firmed against the US dollar at the interbank market as some foreign banks sold dollars from their offshore clients. While the local currency closed at 159 Naira 4 kobo to the dollar, up from 161 Naira 20 kobo per dollar recorded on Friday. The CBN, at its twice-weekly foreign exchange auction, offered $300 million at 155 Naira 76 kobo to the dollar, the same amount and rate it sold at its last auction. Dealers, however, expect the Naira to sustain its present level as more of the greenback hits the market from oil companies buying the local currency for local obligations. One of Nigeria's foremost foam manufacturer, Muka Foam, has introduced a new product to the market. Well, it is called Muka Exquisite. A mattress which comes in various sizes was launched today in Lagos with distributors already waiting to trade the product with pride.
In its bid to meet the increasing demands in the foam market in Nigeria, Muka Foam has since 1959 introduced products that aid fitness features and changing tastes of Nigerians.
So within our range, we have foam mattresses, we have spring mattresses, we have orthopedic mattresses. All of them are quilted, which means that the customer gets comfort as well as the support that they need.
Today, the foam-making company launched another product called Muka Exquisite.
Yes, thank you very much. You can feel them.
According to Muka Foam, this product is unique.
Very comfortable, very beautiful, very lovely.
It's made with the same premium foam, but we've gone around the world and around the best suppliers in Nigeria to choose some very specially quilted and luxurious textile to cover the mattress. As you know, that gives a great sense of the comfort of the mattress. So what we've done today is to introduce a new mattress called Exquisite, which is extremely comfortable and extremely luxurious to sleep on.
With about 1,000 distribution channels nationwide, distributors who grace the event appear set to rule the market with their new product.
It's fluffy and strong for a good sleep, at least over the night, to stretch your back. When you sleep on a very good mattress, you have a sound sleep. And I feel it's only Muka that is doing that for us in Nigeria.
What thing it will bring a turnaround in the market environment because it's a new thing, a new product.
Muka has three strategic plants in Nigeria. We have our biggest plant in Lagos. We have another big plant in Benin, serving the eastern part of the country. We also have a plant in Kaduna, serving the northern part of the nation. So we are well situated, well located, across Nigeria that allows us to meet up with the customers' needs.
The new Mocha Exquisite comes with 3 years warranty. It promises more value for less money and will be available in the market from tomorrow.
On the first trading day of the week, the Nigerian equities market closed on a negative note. The all-share index dipped by 0.27% to close at 36,088.64 basis points. Bisi Koka tells us more.
Hello there. Welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The bears resumed the week at the Nigerian equities market, reversing gains recorded in the last 2 trading days of the previous week. The all-share index finished Monday's trade at 36,088.64 points, down 0.27%. Market capitalization also finished at 11.52 trillion naira. Investors shaved off 70 kobo from Owando. Now the stock finished the day's session at 10 naira 30 kobo from an initial opening price of 11 naira. Other value laggards include Guinness Nigeria and Lafarge Wapco. Total added 14 naira 65 kobo to its share price to lead other value gainers. Now the 3 most active stocks for the first trading day of the week are Unity Bank, Dangote Sugar and Japol Oil. When market session ended, volume for the day came in at 261.3 million units, valued at 1.52 billion naira, and transacted in 4,616 deals. And those were today's figures. I am Bisi Koka.
Well, thank you, Bisi. That's business news at this hour. The news at 10 continues in just a moment.